Everybody, welcome back. I wanted you to think that you were inside of like a time warp there for a second. To hard mode runs in The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I can't remember how yesterday's runs went. Are you kidding me? Did Mathis message me like right off the fucking bat here? He did not. He did not. I will sign out. I apologize for the extremely unprofessional start here. Here we go. Okay, who needs boss rush? Did we play as Blue Baby or Eve last time? I can't remember. I think we might have played as Blue Baby and just got... Oh, you know what? Never mind. We didn't. I did like an off-camera kind of weird run as Blue Baby. That made me think that we play as Blue Baby. We didn't play as Blue Baby. Curse of the Lost. Here's our seed. GA 9D X8S4. It's the title of the new Suda 51 game, coming exclusively to Tiger Handheld Electronics. Alright, let's begin. I wouldn't say I'm excited. I think we had a fairly decent, there's a tinted rock there, very important to remember in case we actually do, unlikely as it is, get a bomb at some point over the course of this. As you can see, I am full of steel nerves right now. I am prepared to show the game what for. Careful. Oh, I have let them close the gap on me here. There we go, okay. You're a champion. Be a good champion and drop some consumables for me. Okie dokie. Can't always get what you want, I suppose. Nothing else there. What I was trying to say before I got completely distracted by the, you know, miasma of stimuli coming into my brain due to all the enemies here, is that Blue Baby runs scare the bejesus out of me. The worst place for that to explode. Like any other place, and it could have either found a secret room, I don't think there is a secret room adjacent here, or at least blown up a pot or something so we can get some money. We've blown up 2 pots, there's been 4 bombs. We got 3 pots total, that's kind of embarrassing actually. At least we got 1 penny out of our poop. Spirit Hearts, ooh, that was very close. I don't know if I'd say they're 100% harder to come by, relative to other consumables, but they are, they're as hard to find as they've ever been. Tinted rocks show up. Maybe that's why I feel like Spirit Hearts are less common, because Spirit Hearts, you know, commonly show up in tinted rocks, but we don't necessarily get the bombs necessary to access those tinted rocks. I almost feel like a great first item room, let's ignore Pyro or something like that. Oh my god. A great first item room would be like some kind of bomb effect. I would take any of them. Homing bombs, Mr. Mega, Bob's Curse, Sad bombs, Pyro bombs, Pyromaniac obviously would be pretty sweet. Oh, and of course these guys create creep as well, right? Because otherwise it would be a little bit too simple for me to not take damage. And they're fast. These are some quick enemies here. Trying to get them to explode up here just in case they do give me access to the second secret room. You never know what kind of greatness might be able to get up there. Get them to make like a big loop around. There we go. It actually did work and we got 2 pills out of it. I'm not sure if that's going to be great or worthless, but we'll find out pretty soon. Red Chest gave us Guppy's Paw. So this is a completely worthless item actively as Blue Baby. The poop is actually better. That's how you know I think it's worthless. But we're 1/3 of the way to becoming Guppy without even sacrificing any health or even seeing a deal with the devil. Speed down. That's bad. Paralysis. That is not permanently bad. We haven't been to our item room. Yeah, there must have been a direction that I was not able to... Or I did not go to. I would be able to go to it. Just give me some freaking bombs, you jerks. It's not out of the question that we get a bomb. Or a bomb item from our item room. It's one of the most common kind of assortments of items that we can get. Of course, there are other items that would be great as well. Able is not one of them, though. The best thing about getting Able is that I know in the future I won't get Able. I really thought this room would be empty. I guess I'm glad that it's not. Just give me 2-for-1 bombs, or 1+1 bombs, I should say. Okay. Well, what do we hope for now? We could have a boss. There's like possibly 5 Spirit Hearts basically being left behind here. 2 tinted rocks and then like a bunch of Spirit Hearts that are fairly easily accessed there. It's very disappointing. By the way, I'm not too worried about boss rush. I would like to do boss rush as Blue Baby if we could, but I may or may not actually have control over that, you know? Careful. Nobody likes fighting the haunts, but It's kind of the... Oh, yeah, there you go. It's just the reality of our situation that if you're on the cellar, sometimes you're going to have to deal with it. Now, we could just have Abel do most of the damage here, but Abel is, like, straight up terrible. Ooh. Straight up terrible at doing damage. So we're just going to try to do what we do against the Haunt now. Don't stand next to him. Give him some brief periods to kind of be by himself. Everybody needs some time on their own. That's what Axl Rose said, and I'm inclined to agree when it comes to my philosophy for fighting the Haunt. We'll give, you know, 3 or 4 seconds of kind of time where we can hit him, and then we'll give a few seconds where he can kind of go off on his lonesome here. And if we lose 1 Spirit Heart here, I'm not going to be too perturbed by the way that this fight is gone. This is actually pretty okay. I usually do budget for, like, 1 Spirit Heart or at least a couple of hits on the Haunt fight, because it's difficult to get through this without taking a lot of damage on your own. Now, we got Latchkey, which is pretty good when you're in a hard mode run and don't have any keys, but we also got a Spirit Heart out of a Latchkey? Is that how that works? That's great then. Substantially better than I was actually thinking. And substantially better than even an HP upgrade would have been, so that's good. If we could seriously, like, just get some bombs. There's another Tinted Rock right over here. Oh well. We have a key, which means, well, we have 2 keys, which means we can access our item room, which means we can have a chance to get a great item, including some kind of bomb synergy. But until then, there's a little bit more money there. Until then, we're just gonna have to kind of survive for now. The major thing that I want to accomplish here is getting a deal with the devil. I've seen some comments in recent episodes, people are pointing out, man, on hard mode, you are taking some shit damage. You're not wrong. I'm not 100% pleased with my performance. I think I'm letting the game psych me out a little bit, which is, it's not fair. It's not fair to me, it's not fair to you, it's not fair to the game, because the game's not, you know, that much harder than it's ever been. I'm just using Abel here to get the kill, just because it seems safer when there were 2 enemies up here. We'll go back and get that Tinted Rock. But the most important thing, don't take damage, and if possible, do exactly what you did right there. Get some bombs, use those bombs to access Tinted Rocks. Maybe even a secret room over here as well. Good. And now we have more than enough HP to take 1. Oh, and that's Skeleton Key. That's so good. Okay, now we have enough HP to take a deal with the devil. Maybe 2 if we get a little bit lucky. And now I might as well open this, is my hypothesis on it. We get Goat Head. That's going to give us access to every single deal with the devil for the rest of the game. So, in a very brief turn of events, we have turned our whole life around here. Never have to worry about keys for the remainder of the game, or if we get a bombs or key pill, never have to worry about bombs for the remainder of the game. I generally speaking, prefer keys to bombs, but I'm very happy with this regardless, because we have 98 more consumables, or I guess 90, yeah, we had 98 when we picked it up, so 98 more consumables than we have when we started this room, so that's pretty sweet as far as I'm concerned. We're only going to have to fight Monstro followed by Larry Jr. It's going to be a little slow here, but that's okay. We're also 1/3 of the way to becoming Guppy, and, oh, don't hit me down here. Okay, we're fine. 1/3 of the way to becoming Guppy, with 98 keys, gives me a pretty good idea for an item that might be fantastic for us, and you could probably, you know, use your noggins and figure out the item that I'm talking about is Guppy's Tail. If Guppy's Tail showed up, that might even be preferable to something like, I don't know, Ceremonial Robes maybe. It's a tough sell because damage is so good and the Guppy stuff isn't guaranteed, but hey, we basically traded half of a Spirit Heart and a key for Goat Head there, which is a fantastic deal. See if we can find our item room at any point in the future. I feel like we might as well go to the shop just to see what they got on. Oh, that's not even the shop, it's a library, and Satanic Bible is an incredible item for us. This floor has been, like, we didn't take basically any risks, but this has been the greatest floor of all time for us, so we'll check this stuff out. Yes, you know, how to jump is okay, but Satanic Bible is basically it's a fantastic item for us. There's another Tinted Rock that I missed earlier. That coffee is still far too hot. And, oh, there's our item room. Good. If we can get another bomb, we'll blow up that Tinted Rock. And it is really looking like deals with the devil are going to be in the cards for us here. I mean, obviously, we're going to get them as a result of the Goat Head, but we're even going to have a pretty good chance to pick up 2 of them right now. We have 5.5 HP. And it's worth noting there are items like, you know, the Mark, the Pact, Gimpy's also pretty good at giving us some HP back when we get hit. You know, items like the Mark, the Pact, those will give us Spirit Hearts in return. Ceremonial Robes, that gives us the equivalent of Spirit Hearts in return. That could allow us to take 2 deals with the devil pretty easily, even ignoring somewhat crazier stuff like picking up 9 lives, which again, I don't really know how that affects us. I think it drops us down to 1 Spirit Heart when you're playing as Blue Baby, which might not be the end of the world because we'd have 9 lives after that point. And Satanic Bible, a way to replenish our HP in the future. This is one of the luckiest, definitely one of the luckiest second floors I've ever seen. And I'm very glad we're playing as Blue Baby instead of a character like Isaac, where I would have just probably re-rolled all those items in that library and not really, really had full appreciation for them because I started with something that was a little bit better in the form of the D6. You know, of course I would love to get the Nun's Habit with Satanic Bible. But I think what we're going to do is buy the bomb. And you might be saying, why buy the bomb when you could just get the Spirit Heart for 3 cents and save 2 cents? Well, my thinking on the subject is that we gamble a little bit. The most we stand to lose is 5 cents if this pays out with jack shit. But if it pays out with a golden chest like it just did, we can open it easily. Okay, so we lost 5 cents and a key, which is worth almost nothing to us right now. But it could have paid out with 2 Spirit Hearts. It could have paid out with a Spirit Heart and a bomb and a Spirit Heart, or a Spirit Heart and a key. Or it could have paid out with Small Rock, and 5 cents for a damage upgrade is definitely worth it. So that was really like the only circumstance where it was bad for us. And unfortunately that circumstance did come true, but it's not the end of the world. This is what you don't want to have happen. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where the Gurglings kind of have you trapped in a corner. I'm so bad at fighting these guys. I'm better at fighting the Haunt than I am at fighting Gurglings, even though I think that the Haunt is still a more difficult boss. So we got an HP upgrade, which means 2 deals with the devil could be on the table. And we get Mom's Knife. Have to take it, no question about it. Alright, so this run is all of a sudden... We spent 10 minutes on our first 2 floors, but it feels worth it. I don't know if Boss Rush is going to be on the table here, but I'm going to avoid taking a sip of my coffee, and we're going to get a move on as quickly as we possibly can here. If we maybe had more damage, and I hate to say it, but if we had more speed, we might be in a better... That was really bad. We might be in a better position here to do Boss Rush. You know what? I'm noticing I'm getting a little sloppy here. Let's just cool it a little bit. The most important thing on this run, by far, is that you just beat it. Get as far as you can. Unlock as many of those post-it note things as possible. You got Skeleton Key and Mom's Knife. Those are like... If you had to say what you need on a hard... Well, actually, let's go a step further. We got Skeleton Key, Mom's Knife, and a way to replenish your hearts as Blue Baby. Those are the things you need as Blue Baby to get a win. So if you threw this one away, I mean, you'd find it in your heart to forgive yourself at some point, I'm sure. But it would take a while. It would be a big disappointment. So the most important thing, just let it happen. And if you get the Boss Rush room... Be very thankful for it, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. There we go. That's good. Spirit Heart and bombs. All because I decided it would be good to take the time to actually take a little perusal of that room in spite of the fact that it would slow us down. This is good. And that room is over. Okie dokie. Well, we could find our secret room that would allow us to get into the curse room for free, which would be lovely. That is exactly how that's going to go down. Secret room contains a key, and we found a key beggar and we have a skeleton key. It seems like we would be very foolish to finally figure out, or sorry, to not finally figure out what the heck this guy will offer you if he pays fully out. Plus red chests. There's Guppy's head. That ain't Falco. This is looking pretty good. The Guppy dream is becoming a Guppy reality. Yes. Okay, well that's just spiders this time, but that's okay. I'll give you like 50 keys, dog. You might as well just pay out a little more quickly. No! I let myself get hurt there. That's okay, though. I was doing it to save him. Master of Unlocking. Man, we so don't need that, but thanks for it nonetheless, I guess. Alright, well, we're still 2/3 of the way to becoming Guppy. We got full health, which is meaningless for us. And, yeah. Just don't die in the future, or, like, don't die in the near future, and it's looking like your life's pretty much sorted out for you. We could have used bombs here. That would be stupid, though. Cupid's arrow, completely meaningless. Now, as much as I'm talking about doing our due diligence, I probably will avoid, you know, shooting every single piece of poop and fire, because that is going to slow us down in a relatively non-productive fashion, is my thinking. And our speed should be pretty potent thing for us in the future. With the goat head, I'm assuming that we pretty much got a guarantee of becoming the Gupster. Question is, if we get it on this floor, do we really want to go down to half a spirit heart to make it happen? It's a good question. So this should be cube of meat or bandage. It's cube of meat. There's a satanic Bible, and we have a Krampus fight. People have told me that Krampus' head shows up when you don't get hit when you fight him. And lump of coal shows up if you do get hit. I don't know if that's necessarily true. We're headed down to the next floor, by the way. We've already been to item room. Didn't go to our shop, but we did go to our secret room. Got paid out. We're a little bit slower than Boss Rush, but we did everything that we had to do on that floor, and nothing more. And I think that means that we can relatively guilt-free start making some progress here. And there is a glimmer, dare I say, of hope that we end up actually being able to fight in our Boss Rush room. So we have 2 rooms left until Satanic Bible's charge comes back, which is fine. Then we'll use that battery. I was hoping for red chests, but a golden chest is fine as well, and that gave us Fate, which is HP and the ability to fly. Again, I'll always go to these rooms if they have golden chests and we have like a staggering number of keys, just because it would feel stupid not to give yourself the best possible chance, right? And that room didn't take substantially longer than our other one, so who really cares? So there's going to be 1 charge here, and then 1 charge here. That's going to take us up to 5.5, soon to be 6.5 if we don't get hit by the next floor. Lucky me. Big rooms, usually adjacent to item rooms and special rooms of other reputes. Can't believe I didn't get hit until the very end there. Probably deserved it. Okay, seriously though, bonies are like some of the most annoying enemies to fight with Mom's knife. You can work with me a little bit here. I know I'm already in a pretty great position, but it would be awesome if we could just... Whatever about that key, right? It would be awesome if you could just give us some more enemies like this one right here. Judgment. Not necessarily worth a whole lot for us right now. Come on. Come on. If you could just be slightly faster, this would all be very good for me. Oh, that was not very good. I take it back immediately. Okay. There appear to be some energy crystals on this fight, but I gotta admit, I've never seen anything like this on Earth. Speed upgrade sucks. Well, maybe it's fine if we actually are trying to get to Boss Rush Room, and Necronomicon is god-awful. 15 minutes, you know, I can't not go to the item room. The shop, take it or leave it, but the item room, it has to be visited. No question about it. Okay, that's not very good for us. And we get Smart Fly, which is actually probably... It's the best item I can think of that sticks to that paradigm of, like, if you take damage, it does damage. The AI and the damage it does is so much better than something like Dead Bird. It's really not even close. I think we've gotten extremely carried on this run. It may have just come a little bit too late because the first couple of floors were just, like, staggeringly long. But it's not too late for a win, it's just too late for maybe Boss Rush. I may have to sacrifice... I'm going to start keeping the template up, by the way. I may have to sacrifice a special room on this floor, or the next floor, or both, in order to make it happen. Ideally, though, we would get, like, a teleport card, and if we were able to teleport out of our... Ooh, we should take it. Okay. Oh, I don't like that at all. Yeah, that's terrible. Oh no, that's okay. It's okay. I mean, again, we've gotten a lot of the benefit out of this already, out of Skeleton Key already, I should say. I hate that some of the champions explode. I want to get close to them with Mom's knife, and then they blow up, and it just feels like the ultimate betrayal, honestly. It's like as if you weren't already enough of an asshole, then you gotta like explode in death. We'll go to our curse room right away. I do not appear to be experiencing any kind of guppy relief here. It's okay. Well, now at least, you know, it's a little bit more dynamic. We have more of an excuse to not go to our shops. See, this is maybe a secret room over here. I love the force of habit of, like, still hitting tab to see how much time is left. Because it's like, it's up on the screen. I want to be inside of that mom fight. That kind of had a tendency to maybe come out wrong. I want to be inside of that mom fight, though, within the next 2 minutes. We can probably get away with 2.5 minutes, but no more, no less. Alright, what'd we get, Kate?
I didn't know you got t-shirts.
Where are the t-shirts from?
Paradox.
Oh, no, that's something completely different. I'll talk to you about that once we finish the recording.
The shipping.
How much was it?
$41.
What? That's crazy.
I was like, if that's me, I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Well, you know, you can be mad at me. That's all right though. You made smell the shirt? How does the shirt smell?
I left it next to you, man.
No, I mean you're smelling a different shirt.
I'm not smelling it.
You got all sorts of shirt smelling action going on back there.
I'm not smelling at all.
All right.
I think I'm smelling.
Well, I'm just calling it like I see it, girl. That's all I'm saying. We got Aquarius in our item room. Aquarius, pretty sweet. Are you kidding me? We're actually going to get a 2nd level Meat Boy? If we get a 3rd level Meat Boy on this run, I'm going to be so happy. That never happens. Cube of Meat gives us a 2nd level. There's 9 lives. I got to take it. I got to try at least. It actually does lower us down to 1 black card, but we officially become the Gupster. And I'd say we got about 80 seconds to get into our boss rush room. I'm going to have to be pretty quick about it, no question about that. Well, with no golden keys, we're not going to worry too much about that. Create some flies, please. I can't help but notice that the fly generation was maybe not to the degree of which I was expecting. Oh, that's bad. If we start losing lives here, I'm going to be disappointed, but it's not going to be the end of the world as long as we can actually get Satanic Bible to do some more stuff with it. I'm starting to think that we maybe just threw away a great chance at a good run by becoming Guppy. But that would be a nice change of pace, right? Instead of Guppy winning a run, Guppy actually loses a run. But really all we need is to get some charges with Satanic Bible and then we'll be fine. Alright, time to refocus. Let's do this. I don't anticipate this being too much of a problem. Mom's Knife, Brimstone, or not, sorry, Mom's Knife Guppy. It's the most classic combo since Mom's Knife Brimstone. 2 HP is good. Ish. Starting to work our way back up. I'd say we got about 30 seconds to get into this boss room before I start to feel pretty nervous about things. We have like 2 seconds per enemy. That's still a lot of time spent in here. Hopefully we've chosen the right direction. I can't help but feel this has to be the right direction here. There's not that much space left on the rest of the level. Oh, come on. Like 9 seconds left again. We can probably still do it if we get in there at like 1940, but it's gonna have to be real freaking close. Okay, everything died? Everything almost died. Time to go. 1936. Now we gotta do this quick. Where you at, dog? Poke your little head out a little bit. 10 seconds ish. We did it. We can't go to our boss rush room, or sorry, we can't go to our devil room yet. We gotta come into boss rush. Now we gotta live through this. One of these is shielded tears, anti-grav tears. Shielded tears plus Mom's Knife, I assume, does nothing, but anti-grav does nothing. We don't want little Chad. Maybe we do want it. Let's try anti-grav Mom's Knife. I don't think it actually does anything, but it's also a tears upgrade, so that's something. And we gotta beat the boss rush mode. So I don't really know how this works. I think we're gonna definitely want to take that Spirit Heart. Normally I advocate taking the Spirit Hearts when the runs, or when the boss rush is over. But I think we gotta try to take it here. Because... Careful. Because I think if we die on this, we won't get credit for beating boss rush, and then we might have... we might have thrown our whole run away for pretty much no reason. Just to become Guppy. I may have sacrificed my long-term chances to become Guppy, which is a very stupid idea, because the reason you become Guppy is to do better long-term. Now, I don't harbor any illusions about us being able to beat this fight without taking any damage. what I'm hoping is that we end up maybe fighting a couple champions, give us spirit hearts, as has worked out relatively well thus far. Would you have taken Little Steven there? It's weird. Little Steven shielded tears. Knowing that all we got is a tears upgrade, I guess maybe I would have been more suited to take shielded tears. Because they might have blocked shots from, like, Mom's Heart. Well, they might have blocked shots from everything, but it would be most pressing on something like Mom's Heart, you know? I don't know, though. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. It was a pretty bad boss rush assortment, in my opinion, at least. We have another little Larry Jr. in here. Tomo, now's not the time, buddy. Always within the window when the boss rush riffraff happens. Okay, good. I would like to take out little Chad first, so I don't have to worry about an enemy bum rushing me from across the map. So, a person on Twitter, a longtime acquaintance, clued me into the fact that bum rush, not boss rush, is actually a term supposedly taken from, like, the 1920s, when people used to rush bums, you know, like homeless people, basically, vagrants, to kick them out of establishments. So it was not, like, the same kind of implication that I thought. I didn't think it was some kind of, like, you know, sexual assaulty implication, but that was almost terrible damage. I basically just didn't know where it came from. It turns out, you know, they'd be like, hey, there's a vagrant in here, let's bum rush him. You know, I would say, like, let's kick him out, but bum rush, you know, it's got a certain je ne sais quoi, I suppose. It's definitely got a more, it sounds more like an Xbox Live gamer tag, that's for sure. Which I think is probably what they were thinking back in the 1920s, in the era of Prohibition. Ask me everything I know about the 1920s. You just heard it. And they're called the Roaring 20s. Which is probably, you gotta, like, people always look back on it as if, like, well, not people, but people with, like, a poor reasoning of it always look back on it as if the 1920s was some kind of, like, carefree time. Not that they're ashamed of it, but, like, whoa, that was, like, a decadent period for our society. And you're like, fuck, dude. Have you seen, like, a college student party when they finish one exam? Imagine a whole country finishing a fucking world war. I'd party for a decade, too. There's no question about it. Especially if I knew that the fucking Great Depression was right around the corner, followed by the Second World War. I mean, obviously they didn't know that. If they did, they weren't telling anybody. But, geez, you know, if you'd cut them some slack there. Now, careful. Because we have done well. We actually are probably at this point set to gain some HP from this fight, which is ridiculous. We've gotten extremely lucky on this boss rush room. I think you have to, you know, I've given myself shit on this run. You gotta give me a little bit of credit now, though. Because I've performed pretty admirably through this boss rush room. And we're probably gonna end up picking up a little bit of HP in the process as a result. That was good. Which is pretty essential for us because we were getting quite low. I get low when on the flow, so let the kids know when I bust, parental discretion is a must. Just in case you were wondering what MC Ren thought. I think that was MC Ren's verse. That was not very good damage on my part there. That's okay. Oh, we picked up another spirit heart on the ground that I didn't even see. And we got Virgo for finishing this. Refreshed and protected. I actually don't know what this does, but I think it does give us the Celtic Cross effect, and I thought I think it maybe gives you full HP as well. Man, there is like nothing I want for 3 spirit hearts here. I could be tempted to take something, but not at those costs. So there you go. We did boss rush as Blue Baby. That doesn't give us any more item unlocks, but it does mean that we don't have to do boss rush as Blue Baby ever again, unless we want to. We've done it normal. We've done it hard. We've done it soft, we've done it, well, hard again, in a different way, I suppose. And that was a boss rush where we actually, let me just put it this way. This is one of the runs where I've had, like, I've had the hardest time despite having the easiest items. We've been carried, but there have been some times when this has maybe looked like it could have ended in despair. But hey man, if you want to take all those deals with the devil and you want to become guppy in those situations where it might seem cost prohibitive, you gotta, you know, have the cojones, the huevos to deal with the consequences, and that's what we're doing right freaking now. Thank God for Satanic Bible. This is pretty much as carried as you can get on a Blue Baby run though, by the way, which is sweet. I would, if more Blue Baby runs were like this, I would, you know, I would sign up voluntarily for Blue Baby service. Thank you. Not to mention, you know, we started with so many Tinted Rocks. We weren't able to access like half of them, but we started with a lot of them. Now we're just gonna store up some keys in the hopes that we can actually use those effectively on our chest. Whoa, haha, almost got me there. Good try. Not gonna use our key there. Should be a pretty easy room. Why would I dodge into the enemy there? Yeah, again, use your noggin. More bombs. Bombs are key. Very interesting. We haven't really found much use for our judgment card yet, and we're never, if it's a demon judgment, we're never gonna use it. If it's not a, oh my god, if it's not a demon judgment, we don't have nearly enough money. So I actually think that the bombs are key play is fairly smart here. Thank you, Guppy. Let's see what we got in our deal with the devil. Yeah, you know, we'll take the Pact. I think Guppy's Collar is not worth it, but the Pact is basically one Spirit Heart for extra damage. I think it's a really good choice for us here. Bombs are key, I like a lot. If we come across golden chests, we'll just pop it, because we're not doing anything with our bombs anyway. That's blank card. So, blank card, you could persuade me to get rid of Satanic Bible and take blank card, but it would take a very, very specific situation. We would have to have a, man, I wish I could fucking see. Yeah, exactly. We would have to have a Hierophant card or something like it. Like a Sun card wouldn't even do it. It would, I think it would almost have to be a Hierophant, specifically. Or I would probably do it for a Jera rune. I did it all for the Jera rune, come on! That was the that's Fred Durst playing The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which, don't even question it, if we will it into existence, it may just happen. As we found out this year. Okay, yeah, you die, and then you guys just kind of slowly sidle towards me. Thank you. Okay, good. Oh, come on! That guy didn't die quite in one hit. Ah, but the battery, it's amazing how much these can... Wow, it's amazing how much this can alter your game. So we're gonna wait to use those batteries until we get to a full charge. This is like the most kind of basic level tip I can give you about those batteries. In almost all situations, if you wait until you have an empty, or like a full charge, then you use your item and then you get empty, it's so much more valuable that way. I think, at least. Like these two batteries here, we got pretty lucky that they happened, but they've really allowed us to claw back in here and not be nervous at all. Although we could take damage against Mom's Heart. Ah, especially if we don't sack up and actually get into the damage zone properly there. Thank you for dropping a Spirit Heart, though, Gimpy. Oh, that's how I'm getting HP. It's Gimpy. Right. By the way, I just realized we still do have Master of Unlocking, so this Bombs Are Key pill might not be nearly as... Just wanted to see, because, like, with Goathead, I was like, maybe that has items. Just experimentation. It didn't. With Master of Unlocking, we have basically no need to use Bombs Are Key, because we should be able to open every golden chest for free. It doesn't carry a chance to open every golden chest for free. It carries a guarantee. Oh, come on. So all we need to do is, like... Well, let's see what this is. I really hope that that would be, Balls of Steel. All we need to do is kind of keep it in our current situation, because we could have opened all the golden chests we came across. I'm an idiot. You know what it is that I was like, well, I don't need to worry about the fact that I have Master of Unlocking as my trinket, because, who cares? I have 99 keys. Then I got Bombs Are Key, and my brain never, you know, did the thing where it goes back and looks over everything and is like, well, you know, maybe we should revise the way we're looking at a run, because I already had Guppy and Mom's knife, and I was like, well, what could ever stand in my way again? Answer? Not too much, except my own stupidity, apparently. There was a Purple Heart dropped. I think Purple Heart is one of the more dubious trinkets in the game. Gives you more... It's like Champion's Belt, but it doesn't give you the damage bonus. So you'll get more consumables from... yeah, it totally worked. You'll get more consumables from fighting champions, but you'll also be fighting more champions. Do we really need to fight more champions here on hard mode? Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I would suggest the answer to that question is probably no. That Cricket's head pickup is sweet. I don't think Cricket's body does anything for us. If we have tears, I much prefer Cricket's body just because it's cooler. If we don't have tears, Cricket's head, nice little damage bonus that you can hang your hat on, you know? That's the kind of damage bonus you can invite over for dinner and it's not going to say anything controversial. Good stuff. Now, there's a rhythm to this fight. Very easy, very simple rhythm. You go in for a knife hit, then he shoots at you. The knife hits, I guess I should say, generate flies. Then, while you're dodging, the flies do the damage. We didn't really get to experience much of that rhythm because that fight was over before it really even began. Okay. Not good. Pretty good. Also pretty good. Interesting. I'll take it even though it'll probably fuck us up. So we got Poison Knife now. The real question is going to be, what's better? Book of Shadows or Satanic Bible? Satanic Bible once every 3 rooms seems pretty good. Now the problem is, I took a Strange Attractor, so we're going to have magnetic knife tears now. I take it just because it's funny, basically. Something, it just kind of sits wrong with me a little bit to not take some of the cool items the game gives me because it'll sacrifice some strategy. You know, I want to experience what the game wants me to experience as long as it doesn't freaking kill me. Book of Shadows, by the way, is just crazy good, which is why I'm taking this instead of Satanic Bible. As you were noticing, once every 3 rooms, if I use it once every 3 rooms, it's pretty much gonna guarantee an easy room kill. And the Book of Shadows charge for invincibility is crazy long. It's like 15-20 seconds. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but not by that much. Like, compared to permanent Polaroid invincibility, it's at least 2 or 3 times longer. Like this, okay. You can time it yourselves here and let me know. The most important thing is that it doesn't freaking matter how long the invincibility charge is, because every enemy in the room, probably including Blue Baby, is going to be dead by the time we're done with it. Don't really mind fighting the dangle monsters here. They should be deceased pretty quickly. Oh, that was bull and shit combined right there. Might as well shoot these just in case. Just in case. You could probably argue that Satanic Bible would still be better, but with Book of Shadows having the smaller charge, I kind of like it. A shorter charge, if you will. And yeah, again, also, the other thing about it is that we literally just stand next to any enemy and kill them in no time flat. Mr. Mega, that's pretty good. Dead Bird, that's terrible. Unless Dead Bird could maybe take a second and learn a thing or two from Revenge Fly here, Smart Fly. He's a smart fly. You know you want it. There you go, there's your next mashup. Take it from somebody who saw Smart Guy twice on gray market, you know, Canadian satellite TV, and has heard that Robin Thicke song, what is it? It's Blurred Lines, that's it. Once while in a taxi. I think that mashup would be off the chain. What do you got for me? Well, we're not gonna have Book of Shadows ready to fight this boss. Might I go to another room and get it back? Nah, I think we'll just go for the kill here. Should be easy. It's possible my hubris will get the better of me, but I don't think that is likely to be the case. Keep in mind that even without permanent Polaroid invincibility, or sorry, even without Book of Shadows, we have permanent Polaroid invincibility. Easy fight, easy win, easy life. Make sure we don't get injured when we go into the chest here. That's pretty sweet. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.